Hey y'all, welcome back to the Bergerac channel. This is Jim, your humble host, and unfortunately, I'm on day number 2 of an unfavorable project. Stay tuned. So this is marine grade 5200. Label shows on it 3M Marine 5200. Right down here, this little bar says permanent. It doesn't say removable. This is not to be used for what we're trying to do. This is an aft deck table on a relatively expensive yacht. They get 64 truss head screws going from the stainless to the bottom of the table. Some dumbass decides to use 5200 on top of the screws. So let's glue all this stainless down on top of a veneered table with 5200. This is the exact wrong use for the material. So I'm out here driving it off with wedges, and just when y'all thought my job was glorious, this is the reality of the Bergerac design sometimes. For what we're working on, this would have worked just fine, which is also a 3M product. It's marine grade silicone. This tube happens to be clear, but you can get it in black and white as well. Let's go down to the yacht and take a look. Like I was saying at the start of the video, this is day number 2. What had happened is the finishing side of the shop needed this table brought back. So of course I said I'll come over and grab it because I'm working on another vessel close by. Get over here and there's 64 screws holding the table down. Take the 64 screws out, the table does not move. See some white caulking around the stainless. We're trying to lift on the table. You can actually hear the veneer pulling. No, it's some strong glue holding it down. Return to the shop and get a bunch of wedges. I don't always carry this many wedges with me, but I needed a lot to break this free without tearing up the veneer. So these are just nominal plastic wedges, and you can use them to get this off with. So yesterday, with about a whole bunch of pounding and destroying a few wedges, we were able to get the one side off, which did damage to the veneer, but fortunately it's underneath the base. When we install the table again, you won't see it. We'll have to do some gluing and touch up. That's one side. There's an hour and a half's worth of banging. Different ways you could do this. Possibly there's a debonder, but the best way is don't use 5200. Glue a table down, which is wood, which is in the exterior of the boat, which is going to need to be refinished every 6 months to a year. What were you thinking? The glory days. We're at it again. I like to use a lot of wedges instead of doing a whole bunch of tearing. Keep working the wedges down. Now we can get a big one in there. And we'll take an Olaf knife, try to reach in, cut a little of the 5200. All it does is make it more expensive for the yacht owner. Initially getting the wedge to go in, it destroys the edge of the wedge before you can even get it started underneath the stainless. Bust the edges right up, basically makes them no good. Clean some of the shavings off and try again. You actually get like a bonus round when you get to the last one. So the whole table's lifted, and the force of having all the wedges in, this one by itself. So you do 9 hard ones, you get 1 bonus. Not exactly like Jeopardy, but maybe close to the Wheel of Fortune. Now don't you bitches out there say I'm choking up on the hammer too much and not using the end like I'm supposed to. Get your ass over here and beat on the bottom of this without hitting the table and see where you hold on to the hammer. Finally, we actually got the table free. And you know, folks, image is important to me. And this is not a good image. Underneath the table, beating it with a brass hammer and plastic wedges. Please don't use 5200 on the bottom of the tables. You're hurting my image. Okay, table's free. Now there's nothing to do but get it off and see what it looks like on the bottom. Alright, unfortunately this is the bottom of the table. Look how much 5200 they put on this. They did the worm down inside I never intended for this to come apart. Like, it's just somebody was getting paid by the tube of 5200. There's no reason for this. Solid 5200. Okay, well, we hope you've learned a little something from this, the excessive use of glue. We're going to show you down inside the tube where the stanchions are actually glued to the deck. And look at how much glue's come out in there. So there was no easy way to get the table apart. Like, it would have been ideal to take the posts off, flip it upside down, and work on getting these off without doing any damage to the bottom of the table, but it's glued to the deck with equally amount of glue. This caused a lot of issues throughout the marine industry when you use the wrong adhesives. So all we can do is go, whatever. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make something cool. Subscribe. Send me a comment. And I'm sure I'll have some smart-ass remark to return to you. Talk at you all later.